Birds have breasts, 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 breasts. And the GTA 6 leaker is saying that he's not guilty. Breasts! He's pleading not guilty, excuse me. Birds have breasts. Skip it up and that up. So we heard about just recently what happened with GTA 6, where there were 90 videos leaked of the game pretty much in very early stages. Debug mode looked like something from the PS2 or PS3 era, but that's where games start. You have to worry about artificial intelligence. You have to worry about the foundation of design so the levels function and work before you make the game look pretty. It's amazing that there was a tweet out there saying the exact opposite. Oh, you worry about the graphics first, then you worry about the gameplay and the design later. How could someone be that stupid? But nonetheless, that was a comment that was put out there, and a bunch of devs basically debunked it by showing, no, this is how game design works. Look at Control. Control looked like a hot mess because we were worrying about the design first, and Control is a great game. See the point they were trying to make? Well, anyway, they caught the 17-year-old that was behind these hacks. He was part of a hacker group called Laspis. And if you think Rockstar was the only place that he went after, him and his group, you would be wrong. They also went after Uber, Microsoft, Cisco, Samsung, Nvidia, and Okta. Well, they actually caught the kid that was involved in these hacks on September 22nd, 2022. He's 17 years old. And now things are going to get interesting because he pleaded not guilty, even though he has a history of doing this. This comes from Kotaku.com. I'll read it to you, then we'll discuss. This is a big bird. I got to get smaller birds for my desk. I miss Steve, and I miss Carlos. Yesterday, London City Police announced they had arrested a 17-year-old from Oxfordshire Thursday evening. While the police have yet to confirm why, it's been reported that the teen was arrested in connection with the recent Uber and Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. The suspect remains in city police custody at this time. It's amazing how when multi-million or multi-billion-dollar corporations have crimes committed against them, the FBI, the UK police, the entire world will get involved because money, when a content creator's life is literally threatened. I'm not talking about me. I've seen this with other content creators. It's foreign affairs. It's a different country. They have different laws than us. We can't get involved. It's almost like if there's enough money involved that magically law enforcement from around the world can get involved. It's funny how that works. Anyway, that's just something that gets under my skin, but let's continue. As reported by The Desk and reporter Matthew Keys, the arrest of the suspected 17-year-old GTA hacker by police in the United Kingdom was part of an investigation being conducted by the FBI and the UK's cybercrime unit. It had previously been reported that the FBI was likely looking into recent hacks at Uber and Rockstar Games. A source told The Desk that the teenager is being held on numerous charges, including conspiracy to attack at least 2 different computer systems. It's believed the teenage hacker arrested Thursday evening in Oxfordshire is connected to the hacker group Laspis. This group of hackers is allegedly also involved with high-profile digital intrusions at other large companies, including Uber, Microsoft, Cisco, Samsung, Nvidia, and Okta. The group first showed up in 2021, hacking Brazil's Ministry of Health. It was thought the group had gone inactive, but earlier this month, it allegedly ramped up its activities again and targeted Uber and Rockstar Games. And this is where things get interesting because the 17-year-old, which they're not going to release his name because he's a minor, pled not guilty and said he did nothing wrong, even though him and his hacker group is known for doing stuff like this. I want to see how that works out for him. But anyway, this is an update from Kotaku. This is what they had to say. Today, as reported by Bloomberg, the alleged teenager hacker possibly connected to the massive and recent Grand Theft Auto 6 leak appeared in a specialist youth court in London. The 17-year-old Oxfordshire boy denied using his phone as a tool to gain access to Rockstar's private files and servers. Last week, the teen was charged with 2 counts of breach of bail conditions and 2 counts of misuse of a computer. The prosecution alleges the teenager was hacking companies like Microsoft and Uber and then holding them to ransom. The judge in the case has referred it to a higher court where it will be heard at a later date. Police have yet to officially confirm the teen's connection to the leak, though reporter Matthew Keys claims sources have told him the boy was indeed involved. Look, again, I know I've been talking about how I am a old nerd veteran on YouTube, but I've seen this many times before. And to these young 17 and 18-year-old idiots that are looking for infamy, hacking these major corporations, it's not going to end well for you, and it's going to ruin the rest of your life. It's nice to get... I've seen this with Lizard Squad, and I can't even remember the stupid-ass names of countless other groups that have come and gone, and they would hack they would hack Sony or Microsoft, and then they would brag and flex about it on Twitter. And then all of a sudden, they're all getting arrested, or they're all getting in trouble, and their Twitters are getting shut down, and now they're known as the person who hacked a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they're going to be blacklisted from any kind of job for the rest of their life, essentially, at least for a very long time. I know you're 17, and I know you think you're smarter than everybody. I was 17 once, too, and I thought I had the whole world figured out. This is going to bite you in the ass. Well, this reminds me of a situation where a dude self-proclaimed, this was his nickname online, Famed God, was essentially a serial swatter. And here is a picture of this stud. Take a look. Ladies, hold yourself back. I know, one at a time. Famed God. Well, this is what this clown did. This is another guy who was 19 at the time, and you're seeing a pattern here. Like, they like having control, and they like the infamy that comes along with it. Brandon Wilson, who goes by the online handle Famed God, was arrested Thursday in Nevada and faces an extradition hearing to determine whether he should be sent to face hacking and other charges. Illinois prosecutors said there was evidence on his computers about the July 10th swatting incident in which he allegedly reported something bad to Naperville's emergency 911 line. The SWAT team responded, but the call was a hoax. He also wanted to really ruin this person's life. He went on to say even worse things, Famed God. Famed God, meanwhile, is also said to have hacked the gaming consoles owned by two others and threatened to put somebody in debt for life by accessing banking information. Illinois prosecutors said charges Wilson faces include computer tampering, intimidation, and identity theft. If convicted, he faces up to 5 years in prison. But his name says everything, and it ties into these other hacker groups that are full of a bunch of teens and kids in their early 20s. God, it's sad to say that. That's how old I am now. I think of someone in their early 20s as kids. Is they want the infamy. They want the articles made. They want the YouTube videos made, but they're too young and dumb to think about, oh, wow, this is going to have real world repercussions and may ruin the rest of my life, even if I don't go to prison. Can you listen? I know that there's been hacker groups that have hated me for saying this, but you're idiots. You're lost souls that are looking for attention online. I don't know, for whatever reason. Maybe you have social issues, or you had issues with your parents. I hate to go there, but it's true. And you're looking to fill that void by getting the attention online. And is it worth it? Is it worth ruining the rest of your life? Is it worth never being able to get a job? Is it worth always being known as being the person who did this? Even if you don't get a record because of it, or you get probation and or whatever the case may be, you get a misdemeanor, not a felony, this still follows you around. This is still something that you're going to be known for. All these articles aren't going to go away. The internet never forgets. And what? So you could have 5 minutes of fame? Do you think these multi-billion-dollar corporations aren't going to come down on you as hard as possible? Like I said before, I wish they would do this for people like when Sweet Anita is dealing with stalkers, or when other people get swatted. Yeah, there's exceptions like with Tyler Barris, but someone's life had to end for Tyler Barris to get basically a quarter century in prison. One of these, like Rockstar, gets hacked, and there's international crime units trying to find the guy, which I understand. But when there are threats, or when people are sleeping on Sweet Anita's front lawn, can we get crime units involved in that and actually do something? But, you know, money talks. Money in the around the world, not just the States, I feel is more important than human life. And not to make this political, but this is a perfect point. They had no problem finding the guy who hacked Rockstar Games in days. But you have YouTubers or streamers or Twitch streamers whose lives are literally being threatened with evidence, and nothing's done. Or, oh, we can only do so much because it's not worth their financial time. It's very frustrating. I mean, look, I'm glad they caught this guy, and I'm glad Fame God got in trouble, which that wasn't part of him doing stuff to corporations. But I'd love to see the energy and the law come down on people when they're just going after different content creators or human beings the same way when hackers or swatters go after corporations. It's just funny and disgusting, the double standard that's out there. And it's all about the dollar. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.